Like, what was it in a different state? So,
They were across the way. Yes, you all are.
I mean, you could walk from the hotel to the place where the
May we have your attention, please, for the following presentation about safety on board. Secure infants with the infant's belt, which will be distributed by your flight attendant if needed.
flight out of Zurich, you can now find detailed information on the video screens. If your connecting time is shorter than 1 hour, we ask you zu Ihrem Sitzplatz zurückzukehren, Ihre Sitzgurte zu schließen. Stellen Sie sicher, im Namen von Swiss und ihrer Besatzung sagen wir danke, dass Sie heute unsere Gäste waren und auf Wiedersehen. A very warm welcome here to Switzerland, everyone. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we have reached our final parking position and the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt signs. Then open the baggage racks carefully again as objects may fall out. We now bid farewell to you, hoping you enjoyed this early flight with us and would be happy to welcome you back again soon. The entire crew wishes you a very pleasant weekend here in Zurich or a good and safe continuation of your journey. On behalf of Swiss and your entire crew, we say thank you for being our guest today and goodbye.
Bye, thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you.